Welcome back to the
Young Kings podcast.
podcast of the Young Kings.
Yeah,
Today, I am your host, my fellow co-host, Mosh Black, also known as David Valerie. Um,
Avatar, also as known as Modern Sinbad,
yeah,
at your
some
service.
yeah
We are going to be talking to you today,
about your car's extended warranty.
and I hope you paid in advance because you have to pay in advance. You have to put on the mortgage.
Uh huh.
So
Oh yeah. You have to you have to your mortgage, man. It's so important, dude. You gotta like pay it and shit. Um.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is coming from I'm like 10 years experience driving.
Like you can see he's you can see like from his office he's like a race car driver and
Yeah, yeah,
NASCAR
yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
I
Not at my level.
I kind
Not at
of
all.
rather, the finer things, Lamborghini, the more posh luxury type
Yeah, yeah,
stuff. But so that's how like it's coming from a good like space. You have two different sides of, the motor world, You have
yeah.
the race cars and you have the
That's why he's more business casual.
yes. Yeah. I like to but let's
Yeah.
let's not get into my
Let's not do that.
personal
Yeah.
preferences. So Mr. Avatar. Yeah, ready to actually get started? Okay.
Okay, yeah, we can.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Okay,
So,
so yeah. It's
yeah,
been
that's
a
short,
crazy year.
very long year.
I
We just had
so we have a short film out.
yeah,
Oh
we
my
made a
god,
short film,
so
guys,
crazy. What?
and
No one expected that, bro.
it's kind of like a direction you're going in for, like you said, you wanted to get into it, and it's like your opportunity. It's like the opportunity to like fully like
Head into
start
it.
it and like
Yo,
start learning and start progressing.
for me, it actually started with Ospid. Remember, I made that video
Yeah,
for it. That was supposed to be a short film, but it kind of turned out a little differently. And then one day I was checking my sin, and he sends me, um, yeah, he sends me a screenshot of a message from Michael Ease. Um,
I sent it was a screenshot.
yeah,
I thought he messaged you, or like he sent a voice note to you first.
no,
Either way, Michael was like, "You guys should do a short film or like something of that sort," and we were like, "Yeah, like let's do that."
yeah,
Then we just
said I was done, and then we did it, and that's the end of the story. No, actually,
it was I would say like starting like from my point of view, it's like that was more like a thing that was more for you to do. I mean, obviously, I was gonna be a part of it because, like, I like helping you with your project, but then it became like our project. And I was like, oh, that's like my feelings on it. Like at the starting, I don't know if you know. Like, I was like, this is your project, and like I'm helping you with it. But then it slowly became like, to me, like it was both. It was like it became our project.
oh, I thought it was both of us from the beginning.
Yeah,
That's
I knew that, but like I didn't
yeah.
want to say that. It's
That's why I
like
was involving you so heavily in like everything.
yeah. Well, that I mean that was fine. Um, we had like a first like failed attempt.
Yeah, we tried to film it with two actors. That's the main characters first, and but that did not turn out good. So we were like, I guess
Yeah,
we'll
the
do it
scrap and do it
ourselves.
again.
And then we did the second time, and and it turned out good. I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't understand when we were doing the acting. I was like, okay, I understand like a little bit why it was a problem for like the first set of people acting, but then I think it's more like a caring caring thing. Like it's like we care more about it than like
Yeah,
the previous actors
yeah,
to us. But like, even still, like I feel we did so many takes, you did so many takes that you were like you didn't even know if that's good enough. Like even when we watch it back afterwards.
yeah. That's that. I don't know if you guys, do you have experience in creating? If so, then you all might be able to relate. You ever like work so hard on something that it kind of becomes you can't even like at the end or like in working on it, you can't. There's a period of time when you actually can't tell whether or not what you're doing is good or not.
Yeah,
Um, so that was like the entire ending of the short film for me in particular. Um,
I was like, it's gonna be fine. Like it's gonna be fine. I was a little stressed, more like it was gonna be fine. You know?
I had faith. I think what really like made it like fully come together was like the music,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
when that happened, I reached that point. There's always a point in creating, which is when I know. That's usually how I know when I'm like done or like near completion or it has like reached the main meat of what it needs to
Yeah,
be. And that's like when I watch or read or listen to what I'm creating, and it like affects me emotionally in some way. And when I added the music to it, that was when it actually reached the point where I actually like felt it
yeah.
more. And so I was like, okay, okay, it'll be alright.
Like genuinely, every time I watch it with the well, before like watching it with the music and before the music is like literally night and day. Like as soon as like the first like guitar strum comes in, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're in for some shit here. We're about to get emotionally touched. And like a good amount of people like came up, told me like they really enjoy it in like the way that like it actually spoke to them. That
Uh-huh.
is uh one for friends from improv. He
Mm.
was like, why did you guys do that? Like why? And I was like, you have someone in your life that's like the bad friend. He was like, yeah. And I had to cut him off. And he's like, have you talked to him ever since? He's like, no. He's
Yeah,
like, still trying, but like, no. So like, it's a almost like a universal story,
it is.
especially for artists
Yeah, especially for artists. Or it just, people pushing the boundaries
of whatever.
of
Yeah.
the norms. Yeah. It's like my mom watched it and she was like, "Hey, that's your story right there." Um,
But I tell you, like my mom when she watched it, she was like, why you looking like you actually like the what you saying is actually hitting you?" And I was like, yeah, it is, yeah, like genuinely.
yeah.
I think that's the only way I could have. I feel like I'm becoming or have the potential to be a good actor,
Hmm.
but especially in that film, it was just so easy because I already heard those words before,
Yeah.
and I can just like go into that emotion because is
You have that lived experience.
yeah, basically.
Yeah. No, I don't. I didn't have the experience of being that type of character that it was on screen. But
Well, you played it so well, though.
I don't know. It's just really fun to me. It's just really fun. I like acting. It's also why I like. I think in some way, like acting to me is kind of like a method of like self exploration.
Yeah.
So outside of that short film, like I would never act like that. Like I don't act like that. Like outside that short film, I would have never acted like that. But like me having that space through acting to kind of like see what that feels like.
Yeah.
Like see what, embodying that type of disrespect, or that type of toxicity is like. Um and it's like, yeah, that was like fun to me. Um
I'm thinking about it. I feel like we should have done like an alternate version. Like I was the other guy, and like you were the
to see what it
to see
what
how
would that
that
be
would
like, man?
I don't know. I mean,
What?
I can be disrespectful, but like
Yeah.
it's I don't know. Like I feel like previously before you did that character, you
Uh-huh.
wouldn't have known like how you would have like actually if you were actually able to portray him properly.
I kind of knew from the beginning.
That you could.
Yeah.
I was a little skeptical.
That's fine, but I knew within myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like whilst we were practicing the script, because I told you this initially, like let's both learn the script just in case it doesn't work out with these actors. We won't be doomed. We can like do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And I practiced both of the characters like by myself at home. And like I have some probably like cringe voice note on my phone of me acting it out. Um but yeah, I didn't find it, to me it's just like, I don't know, I just like thought of a stereotype, or like the stereotype of the character,
Hmm.
and then from that like became easier, just like, because you see that everywhere. As you said, it's a universal thing, it's a common thing. So like from there it was like way easier for me. And then from by the it took me a little while, like the first two times I practiced it, I didn't fully get it fully. And then the third time I was like, I understand it now. and and yeah, and then on that third time, like I fully like got it, or like understood how to portray it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Fun fact: it was going to be what I name Florizon. It's gonna
he wanted
it's gonna
it was gonna be
it was gonna be
he
Florizon.
wanted it to be Florison, and I was like,
Florizon or I can't say French.
whatever, Florison, I don't know, man. And I wasn't for it, because I was like, why just randomly have the name in French for no reason
Why not?
whatsoever?
It sounds
Like,
cool.
if it serves a purpose, if something in the film was French affiliated, then maybe, but like literally nothing is just.
We have French in Dominica.
The other thing for me is like I felt like people would like read the name and then like assume the film to be French,
Hmm.
and that kind of like misrepresented. Basically, like controlling expectations, that setting yourself up for the audience to possibly be disgusted.
Yeah,
Not disgusted, disappointed. I don't know why I said that.
like clickbait,
Yeah,
clickbait.
kind of. Or like even like a French person who's seen it, oh, and me getting excited, I'm like, oh, let me watch the French film, and then it's just English.
I mean, it sucks for them. Sucks for them.
Um,
That was fun though.
that was fun. Oh yeah, fun fact. Actually, when we were filming it the second time, um, that first scene, like 5 minutes after we were done getting all the takes that we were getting, loud ass music just started to play, and nothing but like literally 5 minutes later. So it was like we got it done perfectly in time. Um,
We can never release that video. I
um,
don't think we can. Can we? No, we cannot.
yeah,
It's way too funny, but like,
it's funny, but it's also kind of like disrespectful to like certain, demographics. So let us. Is is nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about.
yeah, like we're not gonna get canceled
Um,
from
You know, in the future, if something a scandal comes out, don't clip this and be like, oh, look, back then they had that type of jokes, but they were afraid to like, you know, put it out. It's nothing crazy. It's just we're playing it extremely safe, you know. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people find it funny. It's not. I feel like the mom talking is deeper. I'm thinking no. Anywho, yeah. So that was fun. Um,
Bad.
like we weren't actually like disrespectful, you know. It's just like we were having fun.
Yeah.
That is horrible. That sounds horrible.
And now we can never release a video.
We didn't say anything disrespectful.
No. It was all action.
Yeah. Are you trying to help or not, bro? What the fuck? It's
No,
really not that big of a
don't
video.
worry about
like,
it. Don't worry about it.
Like you thinking about it right now is
Don't worry
like
about it. Don't
it's
worry
blowing
about it,
it
sweetheart.
out of proportion in your
Don't worry
head.
about it.
Like just forget it. What else we have to tell our
Well,
folk about
you know,
their cars?
you
extended
spend
warranties?
157 days
On the short film,
on like the starting up to the short film.
37.
It's 37.
Yeah.
Or it's 50 something.
Uh-uh.
You know,
37.
is it the exact number is 37?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that process, man. Tell us about like that starting.
The short film.
No, oh sorry. EP.
Oh, Larimar. That's like I think 38. That was like a weird thing, coincidence. Like the short film, the amount of days like spent in, even though a lot of that was like,
Like the number added up to, or
yeah.
how is it? How is that weird?
For the short film, it was 137. For Larimar, it's 138.
Oh yeah.
Um, yes, I also released a project. That's another thing that happened. An EP.
Woo!
Grateful for this guy to this guy for helping me out.
I help him write every song on it.
Yeah, and then when it was time for filming, I was like, nah, you don't have to help anymore. I got this, and I filmed and
Yeah.
I took all the photos myself.
Like videos of him where he's not holding the camera is just levitating.
Yeah, like I had to go into. A lot of people don't really know this, but like in the jungle by the rainforest, but
Nothing.
by the rainforest in Dominica, they actually have monks there. They're not like they have dreads. It's like, you know, Caribbean monks. And I had to bro, what's so funny, dog?
No, nothing.
Jesus.
Continue.
And yeah, so I had to actually, in preparation for me like capturing those images and videos for the EP, I had to go up there to like learn the arts of mind telekinesis, you know, how to like levitate things with my mind and stuff.
And like it really
Like,
paid off too.
yeah, like a huge portion, like I would say about like 30 days out of the 137 days, like that was just like me in the forest up there, like no Wi-Fi, nothing, like just like there with the monks, like really stretching my mind and my capabilities. And then yeah, I came back and it took me like 2 days for me to like film all the rest of the stuff. Yeah. And
If it took, I mean, it took 2 days, but like, why? So it took 2 days. Why did you take so long to like fully like show the public what you had in?
it didn't take long. Like I went for like that 30 days and then I came back. It took 2 days. Because remember, I was doing the EP series.
Yeah.
When I said to stop for me to do the visuals, from that time, for 30 days up in the forest, and then 2 days after, and then on that third day after those 2 days, like on that 33rd day,
Yeah.
I put out the first video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't take time. I showed it one time.
Shit, man. I was working the whole time, so like I didn't see you like the whole month. I kind of
Yeah,
like forgot that you did that,
yeah,
and then you just pop back up and it's like, hey, look at how much content I got, and it's like, what the fuck?
yeah. I be trying to bring him in the forest too to meet the monks and shit. You
Nah, I had
know,
to leave though.
but like
I had to leave. I couldn't.
he has work and shit. He's like too tied to like material possessions and shit. Like,
No, it was like I grew up there, but then I had to like separate myself from them. As I'm a
oh shit,
yeah,
Omaran, that's you.
yeah.
They always mention Omaran like they're oh shit, dog, that's you.
That's me. That's me.
Damn.
Oh, did they still talk about me though?
Yeah, and there is like also a young lady monk that is very distraught, like about you
No,
leaving.
no, no. She probably has the wrong person in mind, to be honest.
Is there more than one Omaran up there, bro?
No, but
That
like
left when
they like some people like to try and be me. So
no,
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 like
no. Like it was actual.
I've
No, it
heard
was an
them.
actual thing. She would hunt down people like that and like kill them and shit.
Oh,
Like
we don't have to talk about her though.
I'll discuss that with you off camera
Yeah,
because like
yeah,
I really want to
yeah.
know. I really want to know what's the story behind that. Um, but yeah, that's what the EP creation process was like. Um, Shout out to him for helping me with the songs. I don't think I would have like been able to like write the songs without him really and truly because
Yeah.
like
Like the emotional depth that like this
yeah,
song had, and like the callback and ties back to
like everything, bro.
like the way the story progressed as well.
Yeah,
No, like I'm really glad I helped you with it, and like really help you like fully visualize where the story needs to go.
yeah,
I mean, shit, you did like a great job of all the promo, all the visual
yeah.
stuff. Like even, I mean, singing it yourself, like yeah, just
But even that, like you were the one who like gave me the vocal lessons and shit.
okay, no, not you.
Why is there I break? Oh, in a more serious note, um, how much time do we
No,
have?
I was wondering that the whole time we were going. I'm like, how much time are we giving up? We got like 15 minutes.
Okay, okay. Let me tell you the story, the actual story of the EP, like real quick. Okay, so I wrote a song called Perspective. It stayed in the vault for like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah,
Then I wrote another song, crazy voice track. I wrote another song called Strayin, about the same relationship. Uh, and then a few weeks after that song, uh, I went through a breakup. Breakup happened, and then I was like, ah, shit. Now around this whole time, I was like, kind of like gearing up to create an EP. And so when this thing happened, I was, it's like I think I told you this on a voice note afterwards. Kind of like I guess I have a topic for the EP now.
but you got so much content.
Um, and so I was like, okay, I have these two songs. I guess I'll tell the story from that point and then this point. Let me continue, like finish the story up. You know, something about me. I'm really interested in like social media and understanding how it works. That's something that I um
I hate social media,
that's something that I'm doing. That I'm like
but I need it.
um that's something that I'm doing. Uh so yeah, there's an idea in I have a lot of theories about social media and stuff, and an idea that was in my mind around that period of time Yes, an idea is like the idea of building in public. So that is like whatever you build in, like showcasing your entire process from start to finish of doing that, and that being like a method of marketing. So around that time, I was like, you know what? Let me test out this idea. Like I'm starting this EP. Um, Let me build in public.
You went fully hard into that, bro.
So I created a series on my Instagram and then TikTok. What was it? Working on my EP for an hour a day until it is out.
Yeah.
And I did that. That whole thing was a whole thing in itself. Uh in some ways it was hard and challenging because, well, for one, showing up consistently every single day, like day in day out, irregardless, is like hard. I even like towards the end I kind of stopped doing that. Um and then it's also the type of thing is like my natural method of like creating music is to spend 4 or 5, 6 hours at a time, like just zoned in, and then yeah. But like with the EP creation series and me like filming it an hour every day, that stretched out the process over a much longer period of time than it would have taken me if I wasn't filming it and I didn't have that series. Um, so that was one aspect of it that was interesting, and it's also like me learning how to create content, like editing and all those stuff, even like writing scripts to help me voiceover. After that, oh yeah, so okay, let me try and make quick and concise right now. So in that series, I did the photo shoot. That was the beginning of that was the technically the official beginning of like not the official, the unofficial beginning of like the visuals, me and the visuals. The day before the photo shoot, I did a brainstorming session, and an idea came to me to have a series of images in which the theme or like the color of that is in the image is based on the emotion of each of the songs. So it's like
Yeah.
5 songs. First 2 songs, the emotion is like love. Then third song, sadness. Fourth song, grief. Fifth song, acceptance. And the colors I conceptualize to those is, red for love, blue for sadness, black for grief, and then white for acceptance. So I did the photo shoot, got those photos, and then side tangent, all of my best ideas, like all of my ideas, like anything you see me executing upon, I guarantee you,
washing dishes.
yes, I guarantee you that I got those ideas on washing dishes. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird, like without fail, every single time I wash dishes, ideas just come to me. So a couple weeks after that, I was washing dishes and I got the idea for the companion booklet. So
Yeah.
part of it is like I wanted people to understand the music,
Yeah.
the whole story. So I was like, oh yeah, what if I make it like a companion booklet, in which I put pieces in it that add to the context of the music, and I kind of like fleshed that out.
When I
Kia,
when I tell you this, this nigga put thought, like
there is a lot
thoughts,
of detail in it.
so much detail. You probably don't even recognize all of it. To be
I'm
honest.
sure most of you guys haven't like actually seen or
And when I tell
realized
you,
the
when I
amount
tell
of
you like
detail that's in it.
screenshots and like pages of like shit
Cause like the other thing
he
is
wrote
like
down to do and we did.
I'm washing dishes and ideas are coming to me, so I'm like, oh shit, that's a good idea. Let me add this in.
Yeah. But
Um,
do you wash the dishes, like get the idea, stop, dry your hands, type it in, and
yep,
then like go back?
yep.
How long does it take you to?
Sometimes, yeah, like it prolongs the act of washing dishes. So
Yeah.
sometimes like an hour and a half I'm
But then
washing
also you
dishes.
stop to send me a voice note as well.
Usually, if I'm sending you a voice note, then that's my act of like recording it. So I
Okay.
don't type it in. Then I just that the voice note is me recording it
Okay.
later. Um, later I'll just revisit the voice note. Um, yeah. So I made a companion booklet. We did the music videos and shit. Did the um
Like
live
performance.
performance videos. We were supposed
Just
to do a
like short
short.
notes.
Huh?
Sorry, continue.
Was gonna do a short film for that, for like one of them for entitled, but that I didn't. I don't have capacity for that. I didn't have capacity for that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Is there anything? Any other
I mean, it was
areas?
from my perspective. It was like very. It was very encouraging. Is it was encouraging? Like it's like similar to like when we first met and I saw this person who's like doing cool music in Dominica. It's like you've leveled up like so much because of your intentionality. If you've like talked about so many times, well, you've talked about to me so many times. So it's like very encouraging. Like to me, like I feel like you've said like so many times, like okay, nobody's doing shit like this. I'm going to do shit like this, and like you're actually doing shit like that,
Yeah,
and I don't know, it's like very encouraging, and like I feel like other people are encouraged by it and will be, you know,
a huge like motivation factor for me is kind of like I've always had this sense that artistry in Dominica can be so much more, and I've maybe spoken it vaguely a little, but I always try not to really talk on it because I feel like there's enough people yapping and like complaining about the state of things in Dominica. People aren't actually like, we need more people like actually doing something to change it, you know?
yeah,
Um, and so like I've always had that sense about artistry um in Dominica. And so I'm doing this project like why would I not embody what I would like to see within, you know, Dominica, you know, within
yeah,
the artists, music artists in Dominica? Why would I not have that level of intentionality? Why would I not, you know, do the things that hasn't been done, you know? Because the other thing is like, to a certain degree, people are like, that's just like natural. Um, True innovation is like rare. Um, a lot of people kind of like follow, and they might like follow and innovate in their own way, and that's fine. That is also innovation. But like when it comes to like actually doing something for the first time, a lot of people are more just like following. Um, and so sometimes like a lot of what people need in order for them to like actually embody some sort of change is to like see someone else doing it that'll like trigger something in their brain to be like, oh shit, there is this whole other aspect or like way that this thing can be done or this thing can be incorporated,
yeah,
and that can like, you know, trigger them to like get ideas, you know, and they'll take it and do it differently, you know, do it in their own way. And yeah, so like that was like a huge motivation factor for me in the way that I approach things. Is like I genuinely feel like things can be like so much better. Like, and it's like that's some. I even did this, and like I'm like it's probably been like a month or two ago. I even told you from that. I feel like it can even be like so much more
what are you referring to?
artistry.
Oh, in
Like,
general, yeah,
yeah, like from how my artistry presented itself on
yeah.
the EP. I feel like there is another step above that it can be, and that's kind of like
I
what I'm
feel like
gonna be
that's
doing on
the
my next.
it's like probably like two more steps because I feel like the top of that is being an idol, and like below
Interesting.
that is like maybe like household name, but like I feel like idol is like the top, like being an idol.
I mean, maybe.
Who knows?
I wasn't really thinking about it from that external recognition
Oh,
point.
oh.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like strictly from a creative point.
I mean, you can be
But
either
hey,
that
man,
way
it's
too.
not to say I'm against like becoming a idol, man. It's not to say I'm against becoming a household name, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
It. I was like to say this. I don't know how much time we have before we end. It's like in a kind of like in a negative way, just because just how my brain works, I guess.
Time?
When you, I didn't even get the time. My phone is so fucked, bro. Oh no, it works. I got 2 more
Okay,
minutes.
yeah. What are you
Yeah,
saying?
and like watching you do like all that stuff and be so in depth, I was like, damn, I need to up my game. Like, genuinely, I was like, this thing is gonna pass me, and I'm not gonna catch up. At a certain point, I was like, what the fuck? Like, especially like when you send me all the stuff you have done, and then at a certain point, I mean, at that point, I was in a very depressed state, depressive state, so it
Uh,
probably affected it more. Like when I got past that, and like I actually started like working on my
yeah, album
album
coming
coming
soon.
out.
Yeah. In this one, like I'm the one like doing the songs, and then he's gonna do the visuals
Yeah, yeah,
himself. Yeah.
yeah. You know, I still have to say like it was discouraging at first, but then it's also, you know, he's doing his shit. I gotta do my shit. Like I'm still deriving inspiration from him,
Mm.
and vice versa. Like we're kind of like a feedback loop to each other,
Yeah.
and similar to like how you like said you start getting ideas. I just started like getting ideas, and like the ideas. At first, the ideas that came to me was like, damn, I might just like taking what Marsh had and like turning it into something else. And then afterwards, I really thought about it and like actually went into depth of like me be my own person. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, I got my own shit to offer,
Yeah.
you know? And like I feel like everyone, if you're an artist like you and you truly want to like be or continue or like want to make a living from this, we haven't started making a living. I haven't started making a living for it yet, but I see the future in it. You have something to offer.
Yeah.
Everyone has something to offer, like in their story, and it just takes a little bit of thinking and brainstorming. A lot of
More
brainstorming,
than a little,
a lot of
a fuck ton of
brainstorming,
effort.
and effort.
But if you really want it, then you can get it.
Yeah, look how I'm dressed right now. I didn't know this was coming. I mean, fuck.
What I will say though is a lot of like the confidence that I exuded on that project was kind of like me similar to well, it was kind of like me taking from like the confidence that you exude and
Mm,
kind of like making my own.
yeah,
Um,
I've seen that. Like this nigga, he be
I
signing
really,
up in the middle of the streets now and like
I,
shit. I'm
I
like,
really came out of
okay,
my shell like through this
yeah,
whole thing. Um, yeah, those it's been dope. It's been dope. It's been really fun. Yeah, sometimes it's tad overwhelming, but like like what's a night of feeling overwhelmed for like a month plus of like feeling on like a creative high,
I get that,
of like
bro. The next 2 months are gonna be hell for me. Not only because of the album, just because of like circus work, like everything, bro.
yeah,
Like I don't know how I'm gonna do
gonna
it.
be intense.
Very intense. Anyways, we're gonna do another one.
It doesn't have to be today.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, this nigga's sick.
If you guys couldn't tell from my voice, yeah.
Your voice sounds normal to me, to be honest.
Hmm?
Your voice sounds normal to me, to
This is
be honest.
normal. This is not
It
normal.
sounds normal to me, to
This
be
is not
honest, bro.
normal, bro.
Sure, man.
I can feel all the fucking. I can feel all the mucus
Yeah.
like erupting in my throat.
Pause. Heavy pause,
I said
bro.
mucus. Pause.
Um, yeah. So I hope that you guys learned something about you guys' cars and its warranties
Yeah.
and the value of like really paying it forward because
Like
it's
this whole podcast was to show you like the value that your life can still and can have, and you should value that. You know, like
yeah,
what happens when you get into an accident?
like you really have to think about those things and I hope that like through this discussion that we had,
Yeah,
yeah, that you can,
you should wash your hands afterwards.
yeah, um, yeah. That I would always do that. I don't really fuck with race car drivers like that.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, you guys kind of dirty.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad.
Very disrespectful.
Fuck.
This is your character. This is his character from the short film. You know, seeping into reality.
Totally. It's been good. Love y'all.
Yeah, let's stop this before. It
What are
might
we?
end. We got like 2 more minutes. Guys, we haven't seen you in so long. I'm sorry we couldn't do the podcast for too long. It was very stressful. We
We
had
didn't
other
have
shit to do.
capacity for that shit. You feel
We had
me?
other shit to do.
Yeah.
Um,
What I will say though is we do plan on doing like a annual segment,
yeah.
so y'all can look forward to that. Y'all will see that in time. I don't know when we can drop it
This
or
one?
record it. No, the annual one.
Oh, man. We got time, bro.
So y'all will see that when y'all see that.
Yep.